A city council vote on whether to keep Denver's nightlife hours going until 4 a.m. is on pause this morning. Now at 6 o'clock, the reason for the wait and when that vote is now expected to happen.
Speeding, tailgating, and road rage, where Colorado ranks for fatal crashes that involve aggressive driving.
Also coming up this hour, traveling pet peeves.
I have many.
All right, we may need more than an hour. We're sharing a list of things that put airline passengers over the edge. Did one of your biggest pet peeves make this list? It is a Tuesday morning here on 9 News Mornings as we take this live look over Denver. It was 101 degrees yesterday, just 100. 100 degrees yesterday. I thought I saw my phone at 1.101, but maybe I was closer to Mars. It is going to be hot again today. Maybe not triple digits, but still hot nonetheless. As we say, thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Drew Carney.
And I'm Sam Shocker here with Brianna Fernandez and Katie LaSalle. So Katie, I know a lot of people are wondering, how cool is it going to get? How much relief will we really
cool
get?
really the word
I know. What is this cool down?
It's not going to be as hot. Okay. So it was 100 officially out of the airport, but triple digits all across the metro area. Greeley 106.
Oh, geez.
You guys doing all right?
Really, are you okay?
Hot. So today, 90s.
Okay.
Still, that's above average, but we do have some rain in the forecast, which I'm very grateful to be reporting on. We have mostly clear to partly cloudy skies this morning as we give you a live look over Denver, and daytime highs a few degrees above average, but we do not have a heat advisory in place for today like we saw this time yesterday. It is 72 degrees, so above average to start the morning as well. Relative humidity levels a touch higher. We did pick up some overnight light rain showers over our northern mountains and over portions of the eastern plains. We're clearing out here across the state, but we are bracing for some big changes in the weather department. More of that monsoon moisture as we've been discussing over the past several weeks that we've been bracing for here across the state. Portions of Arizona, Utah, flood watches really widespread there. Now, no watches other than an air quality alert in place for this morning. It's a bit breezy, and I do expect some of that stagnant air to roll out as the winds pick up. 94, the expected high, so still pretty hot out and about for this afternoon. Sunglasses, sunscreen, we're talking temperatures in the mid-80s by lunchtime. Changes though, Brianna, we're looking at a good chance for seeing thunderstorms developing into our northern and southern mountains, mainly northern Colorado impacted by some wet weather for today. I'll break down how much precipitation that we're anticipating coming up in just a few. But
Katie, thank you so much. 6:01 is your time for this Tuesday morning. A live look right now of one of the crashes that I've been tracking here in your traffic impact center. So this is happening along Platte Canyon Road, just off westbound C470. You can kind of make out that red vehicle went way off the roadway, and we do have crews there on scene kind of just investigating this crash. Unclear how many vehicles are involved, but I am seeing at least one in that grassy area, and this is not impacting any of your travel lanes if you are taking westbound C470, but please keep in mind, especially if you're taking Platte Canyon Road, that you are going to see crews there on scene. Now let's talk about a water main break that actually we've been tracking since yesterday. Denver police, they posted this on social media. This is happening just south of I-70. For anyone taking northbound Colorado Boulevard, it's really between 35th and 40th, and we are seeing those delays right now from that purple shaded area. Please, if you're trying to head to I-70, you won't be able to, so you're going to have to take a detour. Brighton Boulevard is also going to be a good alternate route for you this morning. But we are seeing that closure still as crews repair that water main break this morning.
All right, thanks, Brianna. We do have an update here this morning on the breaking news we brought you yesterday at this time. More details are out about what led up to the deadly shooting that also left other people injured at a Denver nightclub. Police say there was a confrontation between two groups of people on the outdoor patio and parking lot of Ultra Lounge. This is in southeast Denver. They say shots rang out in both directions. Police still don't have anyone in custody. Right now, they're asking anyone with information to call Metro Denver Crime Stoppers. We have that number right there at the bottom of your screen. That shooting at Ultra Lounge is also part of a much larger conversation about how Denver regulates its nightlife.
There's a proposal on the table to create new security and crowd control requirements for clubs that operate after midnight. 9 News reporter Ria Jha joins us live. Ria, council members decided to take more time before putting on those potential changes.
Yeah, so council members were supposed to take a final vote on this bill yesterday, but then it was delayed less than 24 hours after 9 people were shot at the Ultra Lounge nightclub in southeast Denver. Council members have now postponed this decision to August 3rd to allow for more community engagement. Under the proposed ordinance, Ultra Lounge and other nightclubs would need a new nightlife entertainment license beginning in April 2027. The club would need surveillance cameras, an approved security security plan and measures designed to prevent people from bringing weapons onto property. Employees would also have to take reasonable efforts to address disorderly crowds within 25 feet of entrances and exits. So that parking lot area outside the Ultra Lounge nightclub where shots were fired yesterday would be included. The proposal would also allow live entertainment until 4 a.m., but alcohol sales would end at 2 a.m. And because of this, the proposal was already facing questions before 9 people were shot at that nightclub yesterday.
At the end of the day, these changes make a lot of sense for downtown, and they don't make a lot of sense for our neighborhoods.
So none of these proposed requirements would actually make the club responsible for the violence happening in its parking lot, but it would place responsibility on the clubs for taking preventative measures before it happens. Reporting live in Denver, Ria Cha, 9 News.
Ria, thank you. CSP is investigating a crash that left a woman dead near the Colorado-Utah border. It happened yesterday afternoon in Mesa County. Troopers say a woman from Colorado Springs was traveling east in westbound lanes of I-70 when she crashed head-on into another driver. The woman was pronounced dead on scene. The driver of the other car was hospitalized along with 5 other passengers. Troopers are still determining the cause of the crash.
Denver police are asking for help to find the driver responsible for a hit and run. They're calling this a case of aggressive driving. It happened around 4 yesterday afternoon, right along 23rd and Elliott. That's near Power Field. Police say a driver headed east hit a scooter rider. The rider of the scooter had to be taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Investigators say the driver was likely in a gold SUV with front bumper damage. Anyone with information is asked to call Metro Denver Crime Stoppers.
And Colorado is now ranked among the top 5 states in the nation for fatal crashes that involve aggressive or careless driving. Last year, nearly half of the state's deadly crashes included unsafe driving behaviors like speeding, tailgating, or inattentive driving. The Colorado State Patrol says you can't control another driver's actions, but you can protect yourself by giving aggressive drivers plenty of space and, of course, never engaging with them. You can report dangerous driving by calling 277.
Work will continue this morning on South Buckley Road in Arapahoe County after extreme heat caused the road to buckle. The road buckled over this past weekend. Right now, South Buckley is closed at East Cayley Avenue. The county is anticipating that the road will be reopened by the end of the day today.
The FDA says it's still investigating Taylor Farms in connection to a cyclospora outbreak, even after reporting a, quote, false positive over the weekend. Over the weekend, the FDA said that a lettuce sample from the company had falsely tested positive for cyclospora, the parasite that caused horrific stomach issues in several states. Last week, Taylor Farms voluntarily recalled its iceberg lettuce grown in central Mexico. Testing continues on other samples of its lettuce. And in the ongoing outbreak, 1,600 cases have been confirmed in 5 states. There are thousands of other cases nationwide under investigation. Health experts say protecting yourself from cyclospora starts with how you wash your produce. Food safety experts recommend washing your hands first, then rinsing fruits and vegetables under cool running water. They say there's no evidence that vinegar, produce washes, or homemade sprays work better against the parasite. For heads of lettuce, remove the outer leaves before rinsing the rest, and even pre-washed bagged lettuce should get another rinse before it is drained and dried.
This morning, we're learning about a storage company that accidentally charged a man's monthly payment 2 times. He tells us when he asked for a refund, he was met with a threat to auction off his belongings. His name is Mark Wonder. He says he upgraded his storage unit in May, and when it was time to pay his new monthly bill in June, he paid it, not knowing he was charged twice. Now, despite the glitch, Public Storage told Mark they were not going to pay him back. In fact, the company also charged him hundreds of dollars in fees, claiming they had no record of that double payment.
But I'm showing it to you. Well, sorry, you have not paid, and we're going to have to auction your stuff off if you don't make your payment.
It's taken me 5 days to get to the escalation team to even talk to somebody there.
When Steve on your side started making calls, that's when a representative from Public Storage reached out to Mark. Steve on your side getting the job done. They canceled the auction, by the way. They let Mark back into his unit, so a good ending to this story. But here's the deal. If this ever happens to you, for starters, contact the company directly. And if they don't listen to you, like was the case here, try posting a public review, and if all else fails, you can talk to the state attorney general's office.
The stories of veterans laid to rest at Fort Logan National Cemetery will be taught to kids across Denver. More Than a Headstone is an initiative led by the University of Denver's History Department and Veterans Legacy Program. Since 2018, it's been giving DU students the chance to dive into the stories of veterans buried locally. The National Cemetery Administration just awarded a grant for the project. So beginning in September, that funding will be used to help run workshops for K-12 classes across Denver.
And I've yet to meet a student who hasn't become interested and engaged in telling the story of some veteran's life or lives. And so there's lots of opportunities in there. And also you're working on history that really matters, right? When family members or loved ones or neighbors or friends read about a veteran that they knew, it's really powerful.
All of the veteran stories live on the website, morethanaheadstone.org. You can also put in requests for students to pick up the stories of veterans buried at the Fort Logan and Pikes Peak National Cemetery.
All right, I want to remind you about this effort right here. It's our school supply drive, the 9 News School Supply Drive to help kids and families around the area get back to the classroom this year with all the supplies they need. We know there are thousands here in Colorado that don't have access to the school supplies that they really need to get that school year started right. So we're looking to raise $50,000 this year through the campaign. You can help us out. We're running it now through August 2nd. So there's really only a couple of weeks left to help out with the cause. We're going to keep that QR code up on the screen here for just a few more seconds. If you scan that QR code, it will take you directly to the donation page to help out with this year's 9 News School Supply Drive.